These drawers behind me house all of my makeup, my massive makeup collection, and this year I've honestly been using a lot of the same makeup. Of course, I've been testing new stuff as well. I actually just did a huge video, so definitely check that out if you want some reviews. But it's time to reset my everyday makeup, get into these drawers, and really deep dive into my collection, rediscover some favorites. I mean, what's the point of having a big makeup collection if you're not actually using it and digging into it and enjoying it? So that's what we're doing today. It's kind of a reset day. Got my eye patches on. I'm ready to do this. I am going to try to not be too unhinged with how many products I pick, just being realistic. I'd rather, delve into the collection a little bit more often than end up having so many products that it's still like too much to really give things individual use. So how I'm going to stop that, I think I'm going to pick 3 products in each category tops. We'll see if I can stick to that rule because I tend to break the rules a little. But one of those is going to be like a tried and true, something I know I can go to if, all else is failing, if I just need something that's solid and I know how it's going to perform. But for the other 2 products, I can dig into something that's a little bit older, something I'm inspired to use, something seasonal. It feels like it's turning into the end of summer, but I honestly also think that is just because so many brands are putting out Halloween stuff, fall stuff, that I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, that 3 product rule, that's what I'm going to try to stick to in each category. I'm also barefaced here because I do want to get ready with these products at the end, so that will be there. But before we do that, I need to go into my bathroom, clean it out, put those products away so we can have a fresh start. If you've watched some of my other kind of reset videos when I moved into this place, I keep all my makeup and brushes in this over-the-door organizer, and although it's kind of a bizarre way to organize my makeup, it's worked out really well. I've changed how I do things a bit. At the top, I have like brushes and sponges and those types of things. Then lately what I've been doing is organizing by category. So I have like base products, face products at the top. In the middle, I have blushes, bronzers, highlighters, lip products, kind of color cosmetics in that way. And then under that, I have eye products. So that's everything from mascara and eyeliner to eyeshadows, anything that's going to be going on my eyes. Seems to be working the best for me. It's also easy to put away because I can be a messy girl. I can be very messy. So it is difficult for me to stay organized long term, and these kind of larger buckets definitely help. I'm telling you, that system holds a lot of product. There is a lot of stuff here, and that is part of the reason that I am keeping it to 3 items per category. Now, am I going to separate powder blush from cream blush as categories? Yes, because then I at least get 6 blushes in there. But I am trying to stay true to the idea of having a little bit less in there because new stuff's going to come out. But also, I just don't want things to get lost in too many products because you saw how it's organized. I guess it's time to take these off. And I also have all of the makeup ready to go. And when I say ready to go, I just mean it's put away. So we're ready to go to pick the new makeup. And while I'm doing this, I really hope, I have my fingers crossed that noise-wise, it's okay. There are like what feels like 3 dueling concerts going on at the same time, literally outside. Someone was even doing a kazoo, I kid you not, this morning. So it's just been a medley of sounds. And what better way to shop my stash than with like a literal basket? This is from the Benefit advent calendar last year, and it's literally perfect to shop my stash with. All right, first drawer here, this is like primers, and then I also have some different SPFs in the back. So first, I know I definitely want to put the In Beauty Project Mineral Glow sunscreen in. This counts as the sunscreen I know I like, so that's going in. And then I think the only other sunscreen I'm going to put in for right now is this new to me one from the Skinny Confidential. It's the caffeinated SPF, and I've been testing it a little bit, but I want to keep testing it, so I'm putting those 2 in. As for actual primers, I actually haven't been using primer nearly as much, but I kind of think it could help. It could help in this heat. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of the perfect time to try this one out from one size. I've had it for a while, and I don't know why I'm like intimidated to use it. I shouldn't be. So I am going to put that in. I might even have put that in past Shop My Stashes, but it's going back in. Next drawer down, these are like skin tints, and then I have some of the more like luminizing skin tints back here. I know for sure I want to put this Dior Forever Glow in. It's kind of similar to the Charlotte Tilbury. As for skin tints here, the Jones Road is probably the one I know the most out of a lot of these that I want to put in, but I kind of want to put one of these Misha balms in. I know people love these. I've used them a few times, but I think it's time to revisit. So I'm going to put those in, and although it's 2 shades, it counts as one product. I want to check out the next drawer before I totally finalize, because for another skin tint, I want to use the Lisa Eldridge. This is one I got this year, but I feel like I've been just just testing so many other things. I want to return to it, especially now because I have a tan for summer. So I kind of want to see where that's at, how I'm feeling about it. And I think that's what I'm going to do for skin tints. So I have 2 in that category. And then I think for foundation, I'm going to put this Prada one in just because I want to keep getting my thoughts on it. And I think the other foundation is going to be the House Labs. This one's in a darker color for me, like a summer color. So I think it's like the perfect time for me to use it before I lose my tan. So 2 foundations, 2 skin tints. Now we need some powders. We're getting very bird's eye view here, but I know I definitely want to pick out a pressed powder, honestly for ease of use, but also just to kind of, you know, have something different. So I'm going to put the Natasha Denona in and see if I use that. As for loose powders, the Huda Beauty is kind of my go-to, and although I bought the new one, technically, oh my gosh, this powder will not die. There's still some, just barely. I need to like cut this open and just finish it up. So I'm going to put that in too. But to try out another loose powder, I'm going to put this Hourglass one in and see how I like it. So those are the powders. And then we have face sprays, definitely going in with my tried and true Charlotte Tilbury. This new one from One Size has also been kind of interesting to test out, although it is like a glowy mist. I'm going to put that in. And then we're going to go with the Tier one for something a little different, trying something new. I have a lot of different concealers going on. I am going to pull out kind of as my tried and true, the Natasha Denona. This is more as a foundation for me. We know this. I talk about it like all the time. So those are going in, but more as foundation. Okay, I also want to put this Acrylic in. I feel like these are the same products, so I'm trying to try new stuff, or really like old new stuff. Old stuff I've had, new to use right now, which I guess kind of makes the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer something that might be worth checking out. It's been a while since I've used this, so I'm going to put that in. And I'm also going to put another One Size product. Lots of One Size, but this is there. I think it's the Buttermilk Concealer. That's going to go in. I've been wearing a lot of color corrector lately. Sometimes that's all I use. I don't even use concealer, so I'm going to put the Bobbi Brown in. I was using the Sigma before that, but thought I'd try something new. This mascara drawer is wild, unhinged, out of control. Like honestly too much, but I know for sure I want to put the Persona mascara in. This is new. It is a tubing mascara. I've been using the black one. I also have the brown, so those are going to go in as new ones. I know I have more than just this mini of the Cali Ray, but this is like my go-to mascara. This is one of those things like if I don't put it in, I'm just going to come dig it out of the drawer later, so might as well put it in from the beginning. And then this is kind of going over my limit, but I'm going to put the Chantecaille mascara in and also the Flower Nose mascara. I'm so close to having like definitive thoughts on these, so I want to kind of get to that conclusion and then be able to make some decisions. So those are going in. Blank drawer. Oh my gosh, there's actually quite a few drawers in here that are blank. I need to reorganize like everything. I mean, we could use a good declutter as well, but in here are brow products. Now this is where I'm not necessarily experimenting, and also where I know I could pare this down because there's a few things I use actually consistently. I love the Persona Swipe Up Brow Gel. I actually wear mine in cool brown, which is a little bit of a different color for me, but it works really well because it's more cool toned and I like that. My disgusting little brow wax from Patrick Ta definitely is going in. Rowan brow pencils going in. But you know what? Something a little different. Let's put the freckle pen in. It's summer. I don't know. Let's do something a little fun. I think blush is going to be my hardest category. Do love a fun blush, so we're going to try to stick to 3 powder blush. Is that even possible? I'm already short circuiting and like stressing out. Okay, I know for sure this Ilia one. This is brand new. It's Glimpse, so I want to put that in. I really loved it in store, but I'm not sure if I'm loving it as much in person. So interesting, but putting that in. It's a good blush, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I haven't been like falling in love with it like I thought. Of course, the Gucci blush is going in. And that leaves me with one other powder blush. Okay, we have to pick something old. Okay, maybe 2 old things so we can really, you know, revive some older products here. I kind of think one of these Hourglass blushes could be fun just because these have definitely been around. This is Luminous Flush. And then I swear this is a different color, but it's called Diffused Heat. So I think I'm going to do Diffused Heat. And yes, I'm going to give myself another blush to pick. I'm honestly feeling a little stuck. Like, I don't know if it's paralysis of decision, but I think I'm going to go with this Laura Geller blush. Obviously, I'm very into the baked products, but this one's called Apricot Berry. And that's a little swatch of it. Very, very pretty. So I'm going to put that in. I'm leaving so many blushes behind. I think that's what's hard, but I know sticking true to my mission will actually get me to using using the products. Okay, anyway, we're on to creams. I'm going to try to pick 3 cream blushes. Let's get real. It might go up to 5, okay? One I for sure know I want to put in here is from Westman Atelier. This is like a highlighter blush combo kind of, but it's Peau de Pêche, and I think it's perfect for summer, so I'm putting that in. I think I'm also going to do this Tower 28 blush. I had this in there, but I really have been enjoying using it and want to give it a little more time. So this is Rush Hour. I usually use Magic Hour, but something about this peach is also working really well for me for summer. Moving on to this next drawer. This one's kind of gross looking, but I kind of want to bust it out. It's from Dominique Cosmetics. It is the Restless Rose, Natural Rose. Oh my gosh, I dug my nail into it. Anyway, this rose blush is one of my faves, so I kind of want to revisit it. And you know what? I'm going to put this blush palette in there. This is the Bloom palette from Natasha Denona, and I'm going to put it in. Technically, that means I'm out of blush, but I have to put some of these in. First, I bought one of the new NARS blush sticks. This one's in the shade Days. It's very neutral, but I want to put that in for sure. And then for some older blush sticks, I'm going to put the REM Beauty ones in here. I remember really liking these, so I'm excited to give them some more attention. And I'm going to cut the blush there. There's obviously so much I want to put in here, but I just can't. So I want to test those things. And if I make decisions on whether I like them or don't want to keep using them, I think I'll have to come in here and like replace them as I use them. Okay, on to highlighter. I know I want to put in some of these Kaleidos, at least one. And I'm even going to do like an iridescent one, I think, because it kind of sounds fun. And if I keep everything else more neutral, I think it'll work out for me. So I'm going between Moon Cruiser and also Skywalker. It's kind of hard to tell. That first swatch there is Moon Cruiser, and it has more of like a purple pink flip, whereas Skywalker is blue but kind of green and teal leaning. So I think I'm going to go with Skywalker. The one that closed. As for some other highlighters, I'm going to put some of the Tom Ford, or at least one of the Tom Fords in. These are just stunning highlighters, you guys. They're so good, so pretty. I think I'm going to go with Grand Paradise just because it is a little gold tone and warm tone since I have a tan. I think that'll work out. And I get one more powder highlighter. What do I want to do? I kind of want to go back to these Pixie ones. Do you guys remember these? Oh my gosh, you can barely see. I loved the crap out of these, and I kind of want to put them in. So I'm going to put both in just because they're kind of the same thing as my final highlighter pick. Well, I mean final powder highlighter pick because I got creams as well. So let's see what I want to do for creams. I'm putting the Gucci in because I just don't think I've given this enough time, and I want to, you know what I mean? So that's going in. I'm also going to put the Givenchy one in. This is the Prism Libre skincare highlighter. It's a liquid and I'm not always grabbing for them, but I remember really liking it. So that's going to go in too. Now onto bronzer, and look at that right there. See that Ilia? If you watched a video recently, I thought I had decluttered it, but I didn't. It was just lost in my collection. I'm telling you, it needs a good clean out and organization. But for powder bronzer, I'm going to keep using the Farrah Hamidi one. And then I'm also going to put the Pat McGrath one in. For cream bronzers, I'm putting this Anywhere Caffeine Makeup Forever stick in. That one almost gives me like a sunburned kind of bronze look. But then in this drawer, this is where I keep my other cream and liquid bronzers. I'm going to do this cream bronzer from ColourPop. I think that'll be nice. I kind of feel like I want to bring 2 more into my collection because I know I need something that's going to be like my staple go-to, and maybe some of the cream bronzers I picked out will become that, but I kind of want one kind of safety pick, which I think is just going to be the NARS, so I can use it up. It's just an older product. But then for one more cheeky little pick, I think I'm going to go with this e.l.f. one, so I'm going to put that liquid bronzer in. Next is liquid shadows. I have eyeliners as well. I do want to pick some true eyeliners or like cream sticks. Is this one from a brand called Obayati? I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's kind of this silver pencil though, and I kind of want to just utilize that a little, so I'm going to put that in. I'm also going to put the Lisa Eldridge in as a liquid shadow. And you know what? As some fun, this LH Cosmetics one, that is so pretty. It's like iridescent, absolutely so sparkly, beautiful. For liners, I'm going to go with the Persona Stone, and also one of my old faves from Pixie, the Rose Glow. Oh, my favorite, the shadow sticks. I have so many in here I want to pick, but I'm going to try to keep it to 4 or 5, I think. Oh, it's so hard. For tried and true, Ilia Beam. For a matte option, I'm going with Urban Decay Exposed. For something a little more fun and sparkly, I'm going with the Dose of Colors. This is the It's Literally Magic Multi-Use Shimmer Stick. It's kind of impossible to see in the swatch where I am right now, now, but it's really beautiful and I kind of forgot I had it, but I saw a short of Hope Mess Tom using this and they've inspired me to pull this out, so that's going in. I think last year is this one from Charlotte Tilbury. I got it in one of the advent calendars last year and I want to put it in. All right, one of my favorite little categories. We have cream shadows, single shadows, all of that. I really want to do like a bronze smoky eye, so I'm going to put Bronze Brocade from Colfi in here. It's a really pretty cream shadow that really locks down. I'm also going to do this cream shadow from Phytosurgeon. This one is called Potent Petal. And last for cream singles, I'm going to do this M Cosmetics one because I really haven't played with it too much and it feels like one of those things kind of lost in my collection, so that's going in. Of course, I have so many other single shadows though to go through. Okay, another inspired pick. Kelly put this in her single shadow video recently, White Hot from e.l.f., so I'm going to put that in. I swear I feel like I go back to this a lot, but it's discontinued from Tom Ford. It's the Peach Eye Duo. There's a cream shadow on the bottom, a powder shadow on top, and it's in Golden Peach. I'm going to put that in. I feel like especially discontinued makeup gets neglected in my collection. And then kind of down here I have some Kaja shadows. I kind of want to put one of those in. I think I've decided on a couple. This one's Chocolate Dahlia. It has one of the sparkly colors, but then it has two of the matte shades on it. But then I also kind of want to put in Spiked Ginger. It's a little bit warm for me, but I think it'll make my blue eyes pop. Besides lip products, all we have left are like palettes, so mini palettes and large palettes. I'm gonna go through, take my time, pick out 3 small quads, 3 larger palettes. Hopefully I can stick to that, and then I will show you guys what I picked. Okay, I promise this is me trying to keep it minimal, you guys, but I picked out more than 3 each. Starting with mini palettes, I picked out this one from Kaleidos. I believe this is the Cold Brew quad, if I'm not mistaken, but I remember when these came out, I wasn't as into neutrals, and of course now I am, so I'm excited to revisit now that it's my style. This is one of my old faves from Glossier and Almond, and I want to revisit. This quad from Charlotte Tilbury is really interesting. I got it, I think, in an advent calendar, I want to say. It's called the Golden Goddess quad, but it's a little bit of a different take on gold. I feel like it's bronzy, even this like upper corner color. It's like this very interesting, almost like pewtery bronze, and again, I'm kind of interested in some smokier eyes, like simple, but a little bit smokier, and I think this could do it. On top of, I kind of just want to see if it's a quad I actually even want to reach for. And then this quad from YSL, this one was actually in there. I had just picked it out and put it in my bathroom, and it was kind of the inspiration, or one of the inspirations for this video as well. I knew I needed to shop my stash, but this is a beautiful quad. I think I'm going to do my makeup with it today. It's the number 100, but absolutely beautiful. And then I have all these big palettes because I just couldn't decide, and really I wanted these in here to give me an idea of what I'm using or not using. So I knew I wanted to pick something Natasha Denona, but I actually went with one of the face palettes, so that's in here. A newer release that I'm putting in here is from Alter Ego. This is Sunlit Dreams, which I believe is a dupe of the I Need a Warm. I think it's that. And I really like the I Need a Warm, so I'm going to put this one in. I do have a code with Alter Ego as well. This was sent to me. And I'm going to have like a little neutral palette in there. Another neutral palette, this one is the Icy Nudes palette from Huda Beauty. This one came out last holiday, like the most recent holiday, 2024. So I wanted to put that in. I thought that'd be fun. Okay, there's a lot of neutrals in here, but this is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. Wanted to put that one in. What a classic. Really the only color I have going on. This is Cradled in Ice from Fantasy Cosmetica. And although there's some like intimidating blues, there's also some really pretty taupes in here and some really pretty sparkly shades, duochromes, that I think would work well with a lot of the stuff I picked. So something a little different, a little wild card. Then I had some NARS palettes that I picked up over the years. This is the Afterglow Irresistible, I think it is, palette, and I thought I would put this in there. Just see, it's a little warm, but I don't know, I want to get some use out of it. And then kind of as an old fave, this is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes. So I wanted to put that one in there. I know I like this. It'll be easy to grab for if I were traveling or last minute stuff. So that is the eyeshadow. Okay, honestly, the Shop My Stash is getting a little out of control. The basket is overflowing and we haven't picked out lip products yet. So I think I'm going to put these away and then pick out just a few lip products. I'll kind of add as I want to. Okay, on to lips. This is kind of the lip balm category, so I think I'm gonna pick out like 3 lip balms, like squeeze tube lip balms. Okay, Okay, I decided to go with the Phytosurgeons lip balms. I have so many of these and I just don't give them enough attention. So I went with Petal, and then I also went with the shade Spirits, which is kind of like a fun summer color. Then I have this Rosewood shade from Refi I want to put in. And then of course the new Ole Henriksen one. This is the Peach Glaze. I want to put that in. In this next set of drawers, I keep a lot of like liquid lipsticks, bullet lipsticks, that type of stuff. Okay, not exactly 3, but I went with a few different things. First, from Bobbi Brown, this is one of their like crushed lipsticks. And honestly, it's kind of like a lose it or use it situation. This thing's getting pretty old, so it needs its time in the sun before it needs to be retired. It's super beautiful though, kind of glossy, a little sheer, or like not fully opaque, so excited for that one. And I swear to you, with this packaging, I put it on wrong every time and it sucks. Next, I thought these big old juicy sticks from Tower 28 would be fun to put in, just because I used to love these big jumbo lip products, like the ones from Tarte and all of that. So yeah, I wanted to put them in. The more neutral swatch there is called Mix, and then I also have Squeeze, which is another kind of juicy color for summer. And then I just need to use these Hourglass products more than I do. They're beautiful. I really like them. These are kind of those twist up products that we've seen every brand come out with in the last couple of years, but I do think these are beautiful and I want to use them. So for swatches, the top one there is Haze and the bottom one is Crave. So those glossy sticks are going in. I am just picking an old true and favorite product here from Fui. I love this gloss so much. It's a vanilla gloss and 30%. I just love this thing, so that's going in. I'm also going to put this like sculptural product in. This is from Mistine, and it's in the shade J01, and I just want to add that to my bag. I think it's so beautiful. This next set of drawers is all glosses and anything like that, and I organized them. Oh my gosh, I can't open it. Excuse me. Anyway, I organized these all by color actually. So there's a little bit of different formulas and whatnot in here, but this is more like neutral pinky colors. This one has reds and some deeper shades in the back. These are some more peachy bronze shades. I did a video like organizing, decluttering all my lip products, so definitely go check that out if you want something a little more in depth. Here's what made the lip gloss lip oil cut. I'm putting in the Typology Powder Pink Lip Oil. I have 2 different shades of these Forget the Filler glosses from Lawless. Both of these have a little shimmer in them though. So I have the shade Dazette, which is that pink one, and then Candy Sky, which is kind of a neutral with a really pretty shimmer. So excited for those. This e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Pink Quartz, and then throwing it back to an oldie. This is one of the Rowan liquid lip balms. Yeah, that's what they're called. This is the shade Remy, and these are an old favorite of mine. I definitely want to just revisit and kind of see where I'm at. I've had a lot of changes in what I like, but a liquid lip balm is definitely still up my alley. And arguably one of the biggest categories for me are lip liners, and I have a lot here, so I'm going to pick through a few. All right, I have quite the selection of lip liners here. There's some Natasha Denona. Most of these I'm in like an exploratory phase with, or like for the Jones Road. I know I like that formula, but my favorite color is mauve, and I picked a different color to kind of see what else is out there. So I have a lot of different options. I'm sure I'll come back to like my tried and trues for certain occasions, but I'm hoping to get some thoughts on these. And here's a little overview of all the lip products that I added to the Shop My Stash. So definitely added some bulk, but I definitely feel like it looks a little cleaned up now that everything's in here and organized. I'm excited to have some new makeup to reach for when I'm getting ready in the morning. But with that, let's actually do a face of makeup. All right, it's time for the makeup. I'm taking the glasses off. Oh my gosh. I'm also gonna put the mic on my shirt, so hopefully it's not too bad. I already have sunscreen on for the day, so I'm going straight into foundation with the Prada one. This is the Reveal. I have the shade LN something. I don't know if that's right, but these are like refillable, kind of cool packaging. Really, I'm hoping that the shade match isn't too bad for me because I am a little bit more tan right now. And I think we can bronze it up. So far, I'm glad I put this in because as much as it doesn't look like bad, I don't know how much I love this foundation, so it'll definitely give me time to test it. For bronzer, I decided to go with the ColourPop one in Laguna. Full name on this one's actually Laguna Beach, but I'm gonna put it on a brush first and then go in with it. From what I remember of this is definitely a more intense color payoff, so I want to have control over building it up. I have no idea if that's like actually blended on, fingers crossed. For blush, I decided to use that old Dominique Cosmetics one and just kind of reintroduce it, so let's see. Okay, kind of had to break through a little. Okay, kind of intense, but a beautiful color. For concealer, I'm just gonna use the Bobbi Brown, and I've been doing like one little dot under my eyes and then I blend it out with my finger. Next are brows. I use the wax just to kind of tame them a bit, and it does give them a little bit of hold, a slight bit of tint. Then while that's drying, I'm going in with the Persona, which this one's pretty dry at this point, so it's really not adding a ton. And I've been going kind of light on the brows. I'm gonna let that dry, and while I do, I'm gonna do my eyes. Ilia Shadow Stick, not that you guys need to see me use this again and again, but it is what I've been using, and I wanted to do an eye look with the YSL quad that I've been enjoying. I've been doing it the last few days. The main star of the show is this kind of taupey shade, so pretty. It's a really good one and done. It's actually a little more smoky than what I've been doing, but it's really, really pretty, and I love that it's a satin color, so it doesn't have any like big sparkle, but it's not matte either. And I just take an eyeshadow brush and really just blend that out, keeping the most pigment on the lid, and then as I have less pigment on my brush, I blend it up. And honestly, it's that simple. I mean, there's more in here if I wanted to do something smokier, but yeah, I've just been liking that shade on the eyes. You know what, maybe I'll be fun. I'll tap some of the kind of similar color sparkle shade. Instead of powder on the lower lash line, I'm gonna use that eyeliner from Pixie. Ooh, it's getting a little dry. And then I always like blend it out. Going back to brows, I'm kind of just shaping them with my pencil. On to mascara, I'm gonna use that Persona. I've been using this and I do like it, but it takes me a good like week at least of consistent use to know how I feel about a mascara. So I'm still in the testing phases. All right, mascara's on. I love that they did a tubing mascara and the tubes really come off nicely. Sometimes I really love the way it looks and then sometimes I get a few more clumps than I'd like. So I'm just kind of working that out. For lips, I'm doing the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk 2 Medium. A little pink, and then I'm gonna top it with the Fleet Gloss. A little more blush. Tap on a little of the Gucci highlighter. And that's the quick look. Don't know how it actually looks, so hopefully good. I hope you enjoyed shopping my stash with me. If you have a large makeup collection, maybe get in there, you know, rediscover some old products, fall back in love with testing makeup. I'm honestly so excited for the phases of makeup I'm gonna be doing in the next couple weeks with the products I picked out. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.